Cool.
All right.
Alrighty. This is a ranking
So
of every tier 5-6 part. Oh God. I guess we're starting from hulls to turrets to guns to random things on the bottom, which are mostly tier 7 parts.
yeah,
And
how do you want to go about this?
well, hey
Sorry,
man,
do you?
this is a video. You gotta be nice. Introduce yourself there,
Oh.
sir.
Hey, I first time here, I guess, on the channel.
It's
I
not
go
like
by
that, Spookston.
Spookston.
Not
Yeah,
obviously not that Spookston, but you know.
no, not that Spookston. I mean, I heavily enjoy his videos, but wait, no, please don't sue me. I swear,
I don't think you're gonna get sued.
don't sue me.
You made my voice crack already, so we're off to a good start. Anyway, I figured a second opinion would be a better idea for this. I have over 1,000 hours in Cursed Tank Simulator. I think you have like how much do you have?
I believe I have close to 3K, 3,000
Well,
hours.
we'll get images of this and I'll just put it in the video later to show. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our opinions are obviously we have something to base it off of here, and I love mid tier. I am a mid tier enjoyer. That is why we're starting here. Um,
Yeah, fellow mid-tier enjoyer. I mean, I
mid
am a
tier.
tier 4 main, but I do dabble in mid-tier and high tier.
This is every part from tier 5-6 with a couple tier 4 parts, a couple tier 7 parts because they are pretty relevant there. So yeah, all right. Let's start from the top. So at the first thing we have is the AMX-13 hull, which
Oh
is
boy.
a little French sports car basically.
Oh yeah, no.
It
Let me
has
tell you, a few months ago I mained that like that with
FL10
the
turret.
AMX, yeah, the FL10
This
turret
turret is
or
built for yeah.
yeah, that and the 192 millimeter, the
It's gonna
of both varieties, the British and German.
yeah, this thing has ridiculous acceleration, obviously no armor, and a surprisingly good engine and transmission placement at the front with spaced armor, which means if someone shoots a heat round at you or a hesh round at the front, you actually can survive it. I would
Yeah, that
I would
that
say this is A tier. I
drivetrain has definitely saved me more than often not.
I
Although anywhere from the sides or back, you're instant ammo racked.
yeah, you only got like 10 millimeters of armor. I would say this is A tier. I can't realistically put this in S tier because it's reverse.
No, purely based on the vulnerability. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly for me, its reverse speed is garbage. If it had a good reverse speed, I would actually put it in S tier because I think the mobility
Yeah.
really is enough
Oh
to
my
make it
gosh,
fun.
if only it had an electric transmission.
Yeah, if it had a
If
better
only.
transmission, it goes so fast forward, but you back up and you go 7 kilometers an hour, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's A tier because it is a really good choice, but it's not great because of the whole transmission issue, and of course, no armor. Autocannons will shred you to pieces. So that's my opinion on that one. Anyway,
Yeah, not much to add there.
now we're moving on to Palmaria, the basis for the automatic. So this
Oh,
hull recently got buffed actually.
really?
Its front plate is now 160 millimeters thick from its angle that you're at, its line of sight shot. So it
I'm
actually
sorry, but I can't place this any higher than a C tier. There's an ammo rack right there, right in the front left of the hull, separated by what is this? I'm looking at the internal IRA. Maybe 40 mils at max of internal armor to separate from that poor driver right there.
I mean, when I'm looking at the tier list, you can see this massive plate here. This is 160 millimeters. That plate right there is not. That's like 40 mil. So there is a good weak
Yeah,
point at the front that you can shoot. So, and
yeah.
its mobility is okay. It's not the stealthiest thing.
No, but
Its sides are nothing.
it is pretty good for trying to put like what would you call it, an artillery piece on there or a
It's a good
larger
artillery. I
weapon.
mean,
It's
there's a reason why
definitely
it was the base for the automatic. I will say C or D. It has a good engine. It has a good forward and reverse
It has
gear.
a good speed. Yeah, it has good acceleration.
And its back is
Yeah,
actually well
here
protected
we
because of its
go.
large plate and its large firewall. So
Yeah, drive speed is 70 kilometers per hour.
it's
Turn speed, yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna say
Torque is pretty good too.
yeah,
Definitely a C.
I'm gonna say it's C tier. It's good. It's just it's not armored. It's basically I mean the front plate is good, but it's still not gonna really save you.
Yeah, the sides are
The sides don't
warty at
exist.
best as well.
Anyway, moving on to the Soviet prototype, the LTG, which did get nerfed. It got moved up to tier 6, which it needed to. It really did need to. This
Yeah.
is a really good starting vehicle. 160 millimeter thick armor, line of sight. It's really small and stealthy. It's really small and stealthy, and all of its crew is in the turret, which is weird. But it still has a couple issues. The main thing being it is slow. It is really
Oh
goddamn
yeah, no,
slow.
the acceleration is really freaking
You can
slow.
go 55
I've
kilometers an hour, but it takes you so long to get there.
oh my gosh.
Eh,
Yeah, I don't know if they've patched it or not, but like the top of the hull plate, the top hull plate is, I would say, a very big weak spot because everyone's looking down at you, so they just aim a little lower than the turret and they're instantly penning that. What is that? 75 millimeter? Yeah, 75 millimeter plate right there. Definitely.
I was gonna say
And
Matt
at
is the
some
best, right? Oh yeah,
yeah, some angles you could even get 20 mils of pen, 30 mils of pen on that. So you really have to be hull down in this position. That or have to be looking down at someone, and we know the famous Soviet doctrine of having horrible depression, so
depression.
that's out the
You don't
window.
deserve that.
Yeah, depression? No, we don't have depression in Soviet Russia.
Uh, I was gonna say my biggest gripe with it is the gunman lit is incredibly weak. You can just pen them with a ZU or something, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running and gunning and you're going at speed, it's kind of hard to shoot this thing
This thing,
accurately.
this thing is extremely stable though. Like its gun is really stable, so it is a viable strategy to literally just go 30 kilometers an hour and run circles around people and screw with
Oh
them.
yeah, no, especially if you're facing someone head on with the turret. Although I don't know if it's a design. I think it's
It's
purely based on the cramped compartments, but when playing this, you can only move it 180 degrees from side to
I
side.
was
You
gonna
can't
mention
do
that
a
you
360.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't turn the turret all the way around. I'd say this is like a C tier. I'd say this is above the Palmaria. Well,
The
actually,
reload is a really good rate. I don't know if it has. I don't think it has a.
I'm like between C and B.
I'm gonna be generous. I've had many good moments with this. I'm gonna place it at a C personally.
You're being generous by placing. I think it's actually better
Hey,
than that.
I've had some streaks with this thing. I won't lie.
All right, I will pick C. I will say C is my option. I'm gonna put it above the Palmaria because it actually has a chance at taking a hit.
Yeah, it has armor. Yeah, you can survive a hit or two.
All right, so yeah, I will say C for the Soviet guy. Anyway, moving on to the Dardut, the freaking IFV vehicle with a really good turret, but that doesn't apply here.
My gosh, yeah.
The Dardut has almost no armor. Its front plate can reflect maybe an autocannon shot, but that's about
It's
it.
basically an AFB or like an armored personnel carrier.
Yeah, it's just an infantry
I
carrier.
yeah. Like looking at the hull of this thing, yeah, it has a lot of large space. It has that door in the back. Definitely infantry carrier.
It's all right in my opinion. It's pretty stealthy. It's pretty fast.
I don't know if it can
Its interior
withstand.
layout is actually pretty good, but it's not gonna save you from much. It's not exactly common that you don't just die in one hit. So
Yeah, I don't even think it can withstand like autocannon rounds at all.
the front can because the plate is so sloped, but the sides and back aren't saving you. No.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's D's here. It can't be hot garbage or anything because it's not. It's still really stealthy. It's
yeah.
still really
I'm gonna ha
fast.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. Yeah, here's my generosity streak ending right here.
D tier. Sorry, Dardu users. Anyway, next one is the XM800TX, the upgraded one with composite armor,
Ooh.
which is, in
I
my opinion,
personally,
not bad.
I've not personally played that, but from the base that I have played,
The XMTA.
it's it's speedy. It can get you out of some really sticky situations, but it's a glass cannon at
Hon-
best.
Honestly, in my opinion, I like the normal one better. There's a couple reasons for that. The main one is that the engine you get in the 800TX is a little bit more powerful, but it's also really noisy. So
Yeah.
if you remember in the normal XM800T, you don't make any noise at all. Your engine is almost completely silent, so you can literally sneak up on people. And you kind of lose that
Yeah.
here. Its armor is
I
okay, but the composite really isn't going to do much.
Yeah, that and let's see. Oh my gosh, 89 kilometers per hour is max speed, and the reverse speed is really good too. It's only half of that, so 42 kilometers an hour. Yeah.
I'd say it's above the Palmaria, but behind the LTG.
Mm,
I
Yeah, I could agree with
Because
that.
it does a lot the same.
Although in Curse Tank Simulator, speed is really key.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it goes up to C, but it's just not that stealthy, and it's very tall. Like it is very
Oh
tall for
yeah,
what it is. I
I'd say it's almost as tall as a Sherman.
Yeah, it has like the Sherman issue of being way taller than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say C tier for that one. All right.
All
Anyway,
right.
moving on, we have the 2S7 Pion, a build that I barely played. I played it a little bit when it was added, but eh,
Oh, oh,
it's
oh,
basically it's for the true arty user.
I'm a little biased here. I am an arty user. I do like the big pew pews.
No, this is more you
This
than me.
holds a this holds a special heart is because if you were to run, hold on, what was my main go-to back then? I think yeah, no, strapping on the 203 millimeter,
The gun it
the
was built for.
2A44, yeah, the gun that it was built with for, you can because this hull is at such a low tier, you can sneak this in at a tier 7 with a tier 8 gun,
I
which
Yeah,
let's just say that has its perks.
honestly, I really only see two advantages with this thing. The one is the automatic aims, the automatic range-finding sight that automatically aims for you. That is, of course, a great
Mhm.
luxury. And the other one is that there's three separate compartments with crew in them, which means you can
Yeah,
basically never one-shot this thing. You
it
always
is
have the
really
ability to
hard to kill.
shot.
You have to hit maybe center mass with a large HE shell in
You
order
have
to maybe get
you
that.
have to get either really lucky and hit the ammo, or just spam the hell out of it and hope you get all the crew
Yeah,
with it.
although a really big drawback is that your gunner and hold on, what are
Your
these
gunner and
two guys in
loader,
the back here?
yeah, you can see
Yeah,
your gunner and loader are just in the open.
your two most important people, I'd
Like,
say,
yeah, the
besides the
people
driver, are right there.
you really need a loader in this thing because you're getting this thing to have a fat gun on it, and of course you lose that loader, which
Yeah,
can just happen because of a random MG bullet, and then you're down
although
to seconds.
if you do find the perfect urban map and somehow hide those two guys, I think you're set.
Yeah, I think so. Especially it is good at what it is. It's just not very good at anything else. It's been a pretty niche situation of just being a pure arty build. So I would say it's
Yeah,
D
fair
tier.
enough.
I would say it's below the Darduke because it is really situational.
Yeah.
I would say it's so far our lowest ranking member, and yeah, it's probably going to continue to be for a while. Anyway, let's keep up the pace here. We have a
All
Centurion
right.
Mach 5, just the base one. We'll get to the
Ooh.
stupid demolition one later. That's a future
I
problem, though.
Yeah, I've had some good runs in the in a LARPing Centurion or like the base Centurion setup.
hmm
It's a pretty
It's
solid rival to say a Tiger 2 or whatnot.
it's
Yeah,
I would say it's a pretty good hull. It is really stealthy. Its engine is its engine is really quiet. Its front plate is obviously amazing for its tier. Its
yeah.
side armor doesn't
Although,
exist, and its lower front plate is weak as hell.
yeah, I was about to say the lower front plate. Any experienced player or veteran player would know
Aim down
immediately to just
slightly.
aim down there.
And it's also slow. It is really slow.
I mean, it's on the faster. You have to give it props to
It's
being one of
like
the
a
faster
couple
British
steps up
builds.
from Black Prince, dude. It is not you
Yeah.
will top out at 33 kilometers an hour. It takes a while to get there.
All right, but the angle and the volumetrics have to be something
I
going
will say,
for it.
I will say it's B tier because its front armor is no joke and it's really
It's
stealthy.
a solid it's a solid MBT. It was the first MBT ever.
Yeah,
Can
it's
like
literally an early
historians
MBT.
argue it, but
All right. All right, moving on to another one. We have a Berge Panzer, otherwise known as the Bagel Panzer in this game, which is it's going to be in the
oh
same spot as the Dardute. I mean, it's almost the exact
yeah,
same.
it's basically copy paste with
Its
like
armor is
different
slightly
dimensions.
better, and you can even see in the image its ammo is mostly laid out in the back, which is a lot nicer, but
Yeah,
that's not that significant because having better armor than a Dardute is not saying much at all.
yeah.
That's, so
That's like saying you got maybe like
uh,
15 millimeters extra.
that's like saying you have better gun handling than a Pion.
Oh
Oh
my god.
boy. Yeah, I'm not going to talk much more about it. It's basically the same as I'll say it's slightly better than Nordic because its panel's a bit thicker and it's a bit faster, but
Yeah.
it's not. Anyway, moving on to a more interesting one, the IS-2 hull, which has a
Oh.
really good upper front plate. Its lower plate was also slightly buffed with tracks.
Yeah, I hate what they did with it. Like when it first came out, it was ungodly good. Like you could just sit there and tank rounds, especially with like back when the IS-2 turret was still good, um,
I
with volumetrics. But
I do really like it. I would say it's low end A tier, high end B tier, in my opinion.
yeah, because especially if you play the reverse tactic and you just
Oh yeah,
constantly
then
like
you're just in
you
mode.
get into Woody can pen you from the lower.
Oh god, the audio. Speak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure, man, whatever. Anyway, I'd say the IS-2 is a pretty good A tier. Its armory is really good all around. It has a really good back point, and it has a really good transmission too. It has actually a decent reverse speed. Its engine is
Yeah,
on the more
surprisingly
pathetic side, in my opinion.
for Russian vehicles. Yeah.
I think that's its biggest weakness for me is the engine. It's really noisy. It doesn't get you going anywhere fast. That's probably its biggest
Yeah.
downfall, in my opinion.
Although to be honest, it is dealing with like roughly 200 millimeters for a front plate, and then you got your sides, which are actually surprisingly
We're
well
like
armored with
we're like
almost
100 millimeters of 75 millimeters. So
yeah,
autocannon,
pretty close.
which means if you have like
Yeah.
the IS-2 turret with you, then autocannon users just don't exist. They really need to
Yeah.
try to do damage to you. So you can, and you have a machine gun too, so you can just wreck their day.
Yeah, that what is it? A Dishka on the top? I believe that's like a
Yeah,
17
the
millimeter.
DHSK or whatever it is. It's
Yeah, if you're LARPing as a player.
all right. Okay. We'll get to the IS-2 turret though, and we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we have the M48 Patton Camo Edition. Are you speaking? If you're speaking.
My bad.
Oh,
Audio problems over
you're
here.
having audio problems too. Great, we're all having problems here. Let's watch this video, just not record half of it. Anyway, let me look here. Am I? Yeah, I'm all set. Okay. We're on the M48 Patent 3, which in this one is with the camo, so it's, the
They're
slightest bit
basically
better.
the same. It's just cosmetic.
It's slightly better in my opinion, but it's not like a whole tier better or anything. The M48 Patent is decent. Its upper front plate is extremely strong. Its lower front plate is decent. Its mobility is
Although,
okay.
yeah,
I think it's
I
like a B
definitely put
tier.
it.
I'd put it
Nah. C
I'd
tier, because there's a
D
very
tier.
obvious weak spot along the
Oh
center
yeah,
of
the
the
turret ring.
hull.
I
Well, not
yeah,
only the turret ring, but the center of the hull. I've one-shotted many people through via that.
D tier. Fine, you have me. That's why second opinions matter, I suppose. Its side armor is not bad though, so it won't get mauled. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's C tier. It won't get mauled
Okay.
by autocannons. It's still pretty stealthy. It's not as
Yeah.
it'll be below the LTG, but it'll be above the XM800 in
It's
general.
reliable, but anything over, say, 200 millimeters of pen, and you're getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the biggest weakness of the Patton is the giant turret ring that doesn't that like you need. There's only certain turrets that do fit with it, like the Patton turret, and that's kind of a weak
Yeah.
spot on its own. So
Otherwise, any HE shell that hits you, or say any
goodbye.
machine guns from a higher angle, you're dead.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the armored Humvee. A really, really annoying vehicle. I gotta say it's at least.
Yeah.
I gotta say it's B tier in my opinion.
Although, no, I'd argue push it to C because the huge ammo rack in the back, all of their ammo is stored in the back. So if you're running away from someone, just an MG or two will do.
I mean, yeah,
Just
but
to absolutely.
I just adore the Humvee for being able to barely ricochet 12 millimeter machine gun rounds. It can just barely
Yeah.
outdo them, and that is such an annoying thing.
It's like when you're trying to kill it, you can't kill it. But when you're just sneezing in that general direction, you one shot it.
Yeah, any high explosive will just annihilate it. Its armor is far too thin to do anything about that. But the fact that I can the fact that I can basically ignore machine guns most for the most part is extremely stupid as a rat build.
And it can hold surprisingly well rifled barrels like
It can
the
hold, yeah, it can hold pretty powerful guns.
the 160 millimeter. I forget which
The
it is. The
rigatoni,
160.
the
It can
rigatoni,
hold some larger ones. Yeah.
the demolition charger.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a stupid run.
Anyway, yeah, I'd say I'll put the Humvee at the top of C tier. I think it goes above the LTG because of its exceptional mobility and the fact that it can tank
Yeah.
machine gun rounds quite well. It it can't go much higher than that for me though, because obviously not having tracks is definitely a disadvantage here. Its stealth
I'd
is
agree on
not
that
very
front.
good. You can always hear a Humvee when it's coming. Its main advantage is it gets to you before you can actually react to it. Because this is
Yeah.
the tier where everything's slow. Turrets turn really slow, and that's what you take advantage of. That's what I'll say for Humvee. I like the Humvee. It's not great, but it is stupid. Anyway, moving on to
Yeah.
something really, really stupid.
Oh no.
It's the
I've
trolley.
only ever had I personally don't own this, and I've rarely had the experience of going up against one of these, so it can be a little chaotic, but it is really annoying to kill these guys if they know what they're doing. Otherwise, if they run into anything, they're smoke.
I'm gonna
They're
say
dust.
this is like above the Pion, but below the IFVs. It,
Oh, why you doing the pion like that?
Frick the Pion, first of all. And the trolley is it's something. Its acceleration is hot garbage. Its acceleration is in the single digits. Its top speed is ludicrous, and it has obviously no armor, but for some reason somebody decided these things should have APDS radar, so rigatoni missiles can't actually kill it. Just rigatoni missiles. That's like the only
I
thing
mean,
that can
hey,
hurt it.
they had to feel bad for like the three guys on the thing.
The three trolley enjoyers. Um, it can basically not carry any gun at all. You can only carry the AT4 and maybe like a Bushmaster or something if you're really that confident, but you only get like 3 shots.
Yeah.
It's just no. Its only decent thing is it's good at stealth strikes because it makes no
Oh my
noise while
gosh.
moving and it's small as hell.
I just thought of the perfect weapon it could hold, the 9 millimeter. You know, the one with the arm that is holding a nine
The
millimeter
friggin'
Glock.
Glock.
Yeah, that
God.
would be the perfect gun for that.
I might move this thing down just for that reason. It'll stay in D tier for me. It's just I've never played it. I've in my 1,000 hours of CTS, I have never seen one on the battlefield.
I've only seen maybe one or two people play it, and just for jokes.
They're common in custom servers, but we're not about custom servers here. So, all right,
Oh no, I've seen it. I've seen it in a regular ass server, and I
I've
felt so bad
never
because
seen
my
it in regular.
teammate gunned it down.
I remember that one time I tried to use it for a hide and seek match we did, and I got found immediately because apparently I wasn't that smart.
Gosh.
Anyway, let's move on to something a lot better. The Black Prince hull, the hull that used to be
Ooh,
hot garbage, but actually got buffed to
it
insane
is
runs.
really good and really tricky to take this thing down.
Having a front plate that is 200 millimeters thick is dumb.
This could easily rival the hull of a Tiger 2 easily.
Its
I would
mobility is
argue it's an S
questionable.
tier.
I mean,
And I'll make a point for it. I'll make a point for it. The two massive tracks that add-on armor basically ensures that if you angle this thing at all, nobody can hit your upper front plate, which is to be honest, or your lower front plate, that I think is the weak
It's like
spot of this thing.
it's like 190 millimeters, the lower front plate.
Yeah, I think that's the only frontal weak spot that this thing has.
The main weak spot is all the ATGM users. That's always your problem
Oh
with this
yeah,
thing.
with the rigatoni users.
The freaking rigatoni users. Anyway, that is
My
I
gosh, frick
I
you, frick them.
I guess it could be S and I guess it could be because it is pretty stealthy. Its back is really strong. Its front is obviously really strong. Its
We
mobility is
don't talk
actually
about the speed. We do
it's
not talk about the speed.
mobility wise. The only mobility problem is the speed. It has actually pretty good acceleration. It turns really well. It
Yeah,
has a
on a
good
dime
reverse
almost.
speed, but yeah, no, its top speed is hot garbage.
Actually, now that I'm looking at it, the lower front plate, 150. Um,
The
yeah,
black
both
Pr-
of the lower front plates are 150, 120, whereas the main one is just 200 straight up.
the Black Prince used to be a lot worse. It used to have 150 as its main front plate. That was its thickest point.
And it was basically a walking target with that big, juicy butt. Just that big ass engine.
Yeah. Its engine is pretty low revving, which makes it pretty quiet. So it's good. It's certainly good. I don't know if I could put it in S. Can I put it in S?
I would say S. It's, oh my gosh, the stable platform. You could fire almost any gun while constantly moving.
Fine, you have me. Welcome to our first S. We
Yo.
might have another because the next one is the Tiger 2 hull.
Oh my gosh. Instant. Well,
I don't know. It's noisy as hell. It's pretty slow. It's a good bit taller, and its lower front plate is not great. It has a weak MG port
I
as well
mean,
in the front,
okay, if you angle it properly with your MG port
away from the enemy.
specifically
Still away.
away from the enemy, you could definitely put this mid to high A. It's reliable. Not a lot of people like they panic actually. I think like a fear factor. Oh, it's a Tiger too. Where do I shoot this thing? Like almost nobody aims for lower front plate. So I
No.
definitely say mid to high A.
Yeah, I'll put it in A. I think the IS-2 outranks it, in my opinion. Because
Okay, yeah, you
the
have to
IS-2
admit
has
the
a better
reverse.
transmission. That's its main thing that it has over it. It actually can reverse quite fast, and it's also
Yeah.
shorter. I think that's good. I still can't put the IS-2 in S though because of that massive turret ring, which means you can only use like your very specific
Yeah.
ones like the IS-2. Anyway, speaking of massive turret rings, the
Oh my
FB4
god.
202, the Centurion Mach 5's weird little brother.
You hey, to be honest, you can fit on the I forget which turret. I need to look at it, but I believe the other IF or the other FV turret you can fit on that as well. Not only that, but the big Doom Barm turret, obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously. If you're trying to
But
make the yeah, if you're trying to make the FE4005 build, people usually just use the FE4 chassis instead of the Centurion one because it's just faster.
yeah,
You don't have armor anyway, so you might as well just take the FE4. Which is not bad. I mean, its front plate is not bad. It can reflect tier 5 guns just fine, but most tier 6 guns go through it.
yeah,
It
yeah. I do have
has
to admit that.
it has to be B tier for me because it has a garbage transmission. It is not that fast forward. It can't go fast at all in reverse because it's British. Its
Yeah,
sides are weak as hell. It doesn't even get the side skirts. The Centurion at least has those, so he can't deal with it. This doesn't.
yeah,
So I think it has to be below the Centurion, but only just because it's still not bad. It can still deal with. It's still a good medium base that can get. You can get quite a bit of use out of it.
yeah. The turret I was previously talking about that can fit on this is the FV4202.
Yeah, that's its turret.
Oh, well,
What?
shit.
That's its. What? They're both called FE4202. You did. Oh my god.
No, duh. Oh my gosh. Big brain moment here.
F,
I'm
uh,
connecting neurons.
you can just hear the brain process. Anyway, we got a much more interesting option next. The Gavin M. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's
If
like
I
one of my
had a nickel
favorites.
for every time this dude has talked or praised or slobbered over this hole, I would have
I'm
two
making X
nickels.
tier. I'm making an X tier for the Gavin.
No, you can't do that, bro. You
Fine,
can't do.
I'll be realistic. This is a B tier build in my opinion. The main thing that'll
Yeah.
get to you as the cabin M is trying to figure out what gun you're going to use when somebody approaches you. Because if you have a panic attack trying to figure out which of your 5,000 guns you need to shoot that enemy with, you're just going to die immediately.
Okay, but to be honest, it is just a regular old cabin or ISU 152 hull, which if you just aim to that big old plate on the left side of the hull, you're almost instantly one-shotting them
Yeah,
with anything higher than
you get this for
what, 100
offense,
millimeters
not
a
for
pen?
defense.
Yeah.
It's good at area denial. That's my thing because it can resist autocannons and you can fire at people from all directions, which is
I
really
will give it
nice.
that. Yeah, you can hold down two directions at
That
once.
is a really powerful ability. So I think it has to be V. I think the Centurions are gonna outrank it though, because yeah, it
You know
is
what?
weak.
I'll be generous though. It can definitely outrank the Centurions because those are both slow, whereas this has the Russian transmission and is pretty good at getting up and going.
And you can go backwards fast too. You can go almost 20 kilometers an hour back, which is really
It-
nice. And it stores a good amount of ammo too. And you get two crew members.
Two whole crew members.
You can't say that for the Centurions.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So I will say, and it has 75 millimeter armor all around, so it's immune to autocannons, which is also, a plus. Anyway, time to move on to a build I've never played before. The freaking
Oh
LAV.
my gosh.
I have never played the LAV before. I've seen
I
it.
haven't played that setup in a while.
I've seen it. People usually use it with the Bushmaster 99% of the time, and it's usually pretty goddamn annoying. But I don't know why it's in tier 6.
I've used it with bigger guns like the 160 before, and it's decent mobility, I'd have to say.
It's
Although
tippy boy.
turning in place is a little difficult because of the
Wheels.
massive turn radius that wheeled vehicles typically have. But turret traverse is pretty decent, I'd have to say.
Its protection isn't bad. It's I remember when I did my original ranking of every tier 5 hull, I compared this to the Bradley because it has the same layout and everything with the engine. It's just this has wheels, that has tracks. But now the Bradley's in
Yeah.
tier 4, and this is in tier
Oh,
6. And these have like almost the same like levels. It's just the Bradley's less stealthy but more armor.
yeah. It's. I'm looking at the armor protection here. It's not looking too good.
I'd say
This
this
is
is
definitely a high mobility build.
yeah,
No more,
this
no
is
less.
Speed Boy. This is Speed Boy. Um it is amphibious, which is kind of funny, but you can't really use that in tier 5
Oh,
6.
I've never. I mean, I guess yeah. Hold on.
It is amphibious, but that doesn't really
Oh
happen.
yeah, there's the fin in the back. I'm looking at it in game. Yeah, there's
There's your fun fact for the day. Anyway, I'd say this is like DC tier. I'd say
low
this,
C,
yeah, low
low
C,
C.
high.
Yeah,
All right, I'll put it below the Palmaria. I'd rather use Palmaria over LAV, but I've never used
yeah.
any of
Because
these.
that has armor and speed, whereas this is just pure speed.
Yeah, at least Palmaria has a plate on the front that might ricochet something. This just
Yeah,
no, you got nothing.
it's only like 20 km/h difference.
Anyway, moving on. We have the P-43, the Italian main battle tank concept,
Oh
which
my
is
gosh, yes.
this is
I
like
believe
this is
we've
like
both had it's a rival of, I'd say, like, unless you're a veteran player, you can only
I have a couple gripes with it.
couple gripes. Do
My
tell.
well, my main things are one, it is not stable. Its suspension is pretty soft, and of course, in a tier
Okay.
without any stabilizers at all, that sucks. That sucks terribly. You got to find a cruise speed or something like that, and that's annoying. Its transmission
Yeah.
sucks. It can't reverse fast. Its lower front plate is an extremely obvious weak point, and it's also noisy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is something I do remember about it, is having to constantly turn off my engine whenever I'm sitting in wait.
Freaking Italians, bro. It's noisy. Its upper front plate is really good. It is extremely sloped and really thick, but eh. Its
Yeah.
sides are 75 millimeters, so you can actually take a Bushmaster quite well, but it's like the top of C tier or the bottom of B. I think it's the top of C tier.
It's the discount Tiger 2 hull.
It's okay. There is definitely potential with it, but as of now, there's not really any good turrets to make it truly exceptional.
Buff my Italian boys, please.
Anyway, moving on to the normal M48 pattern, you get the same ranking as the camo. You get to go right below it. Good job, M48. Anyway, moving on to this is probably our next S tier, the KV225. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh boy. I would say it's S tier in my opinion. It is
It is a
it is
very good
unholy as
tank.
hell. It
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. The amount of times where like I own this and I've gone over every weak spot. Like I've done the I've
there's the only front weak spot that I know of is shooting the driver's port to take out the driver, but that still leaves them armed
yeah.
to kill you. I mean, I don't
If you
know.
have a if you have a large enough, because I'm an arty main, if you have a large enough HE shell, if you hit the top cupola, you can maybe knock out the turret and then work your way around it to knock out the driver. But
I was about to say that MG, the little MG on top, that does look like something you can exploit. I just never
I
seen
I
people
have
exploit it.
exploited it a few times and it has paid off. But if you're facing the front of this thing, you do not want to be there.
Like you can clearly see, it's pushed back quite a bit. So if you're facing it from the front, hitting that is not going to be easy, and it's also still 100 millimeters thick because Russians hate you.
Yeah.
So
Even from the side, like hit this thing side on, and it is bounced a lot of shells. You would have to have a high penning shell in order to hit the side.
yeah, it's got 100 millimeter sides. The only things that can penetrate it from the front are heat rounds and ATGMs. There's no armor piercing
Yeah,
shell at all in tier 5-6 that can do that. You need to either down
if
tier armor
you're
piercing
actually,
shell or
I need to test this, but I'm pretty sure there's radiators and internal armor absolutely decorating, like in front of the engine. This could be a good backwards vehicle as well.
yeah, because the turret is of course fully traversable because the Russians hate you. It doesn't have gun depression though,
Yeah.
thankfully. That's the main Russian thing. It still doesn't have that.
Hmm.
So if you are on a slope or on a more hilly map like Sinai, you can actually take advantage of that. But
Hmm.
that's not enough for me to say it's not S tier. I mean, its transmission also is hot garbage, but that's kind of what you expect.
Yeah, if you're running this vehicle, you are here to take shots, not
And
ask
if you
questions.
down tier this to tier 5 and put like a finisher on it,
Oh my gosh.
you're just cruel. You just want to make people cry as they shoot you 5,000 times and they just want to kill themselves faster than you can kill them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
annoying. All right, now to move on to I think this might be our first hot garbage. The Dragoon 300.
Eh, I mean, I've
I
made this back in the day.
I don't
I'd
like the
put it
Dragoon.
E.
I
E. Um,
I say it's E.
it's good mobility. You
It's
have to admit that.
it's
And the
top
free
speed.
Wi-Fi variant as well is
We'll get to
an
we'll get to it.
interesting
We'll get
piece to
to
look at.
we'll get to free Wi-Fi. I'm just gonna say its top speed is exceptional, but its acceleration is not very good. It's on wheels, so you can't traverse. Its armor doesn't exist. 7 millimeter machine guns will kill you, and it's not stealthy either. Its engine is actually really loud.
Yeah.
It is E. It is
Hmm.
anyway. Let's move on to something more interesting. The ISU 52-1, the cottage, the one that
Yeah,
is.
you would know its historical name.
Oh, frick off!
No, this man here glazes the ISU.
I love ISUs. Okay, I'm bi. That's why you're here. So that way I don't just automatically put this in X tier and say it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Although I do have to admit the reload multiplier, I believe it does have one, is pretty decent for any larger weapon.
Yeah, it's great in tier 5, but it's just not good in tier 6. It's
Yeah,
great in tier 5, but in tier 6 it's no.
yeah, just aim for that upper front left plate and
That
you're
plate,
done
it's
for.
really strong for a tier 5 build, especially a casemate, and you put like the ice, and if you put the 50 millimeter, 152 millimeter on there, you will literally make everybody else hate you. And the machine gun is
Yeah,
also great for countering those damn rat builds, but it's
yeah.
not.
I don't think this thing can withstand an autocannon from the front or the sides or the back.
The sides could,
Definitely
but
from the front though.
the sides have 70 millimeters, I believe.
Mm.
The back, no. Um, its engine is noisy. Like even compared to the Cabin M and the other ISU, like its engine is exceptionally more noisy for some reason. I don't know why. Its transmission is the same. It still has the same reverse and forward speed. It's just it's slightly slower
Oh,
because it's so much heavier.
oh
So
yeah, never mind. It has roughly 100 mil on the sides for
yeah,
protection. Yeah, I know. I take that back. It can definitely withstand a good punch from. Oh, but that back's looking quite juicy with 50 mil.
I say this is either the bottom of B or the top of C.
Mm, I'd give it, since it's an arty piece. I'm gonna be biased to arty pieces. I'd say C.
Okay, sure. What, you're gonna put it in D?
No.
I'm just gonna say it's the top of C. It's great in tier 5, but it is not good in tier 6. There's way better.
Yeah.
You putting this next to the Pion in tier 6, the Pion is more survivable.
Also, what is that about Curse Tank Simulator? Like, they got something against casemates. Like, all the casemates are way weaker than they should be.
I don't know. Oh god. Anyway, let's move on to a really old one. The Panzero,
Ooh.
a fat chrome wheel with a giant window on the front.
Oh my gosh. I've seen some, like, Porsche Tiger, like, role players with this.
With a
I, for
freaking
one, have been one of those people. It's
LARPer.
decent. Hey, hey, it's nothing wrong with LARPing.
No, when I use the Panzero, I just put thermal panels over the window so it looks completely flat across, and you can at least
That,
view.
or I just use the large chest decoration.
The Panzero is okay, but the fact that the Tiger 1 is in tier freaking 4 is really dumb. Because this has the same kind
Yeah.
of protection as the Tiger 1. I mean, sure, this front plate's nice, the extra one, but
Yeah, the spaced armor is pretty good for the heat users in tier 6.
if you look at it, it's only this small portion of space, and the window is here is a massive gap, which means the odds of it,
Yeah,
the odds
it
of
has
someone
a
actually hitting,
blatant weak spot.
it's just, it's like a D tier maybe for me.
High deer though. It's a
It'll go
pretty
above the
good transmission
ISUs.
and acceleration though.
It is fat too, like it is really wide. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
wide boy. I think, yeah, no, you're talking about how the Panzero was really old. I'm thinking the weak spot was back when this game was first like introduced.
Yeah. How do we know they can find the weak spot? Put a massive window in there.
Yeah.
There we go. It's not even bulletproof. And
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's literally just a window.
the sides are at least 75 millimeters, so autocannons aren't that scary. They're still pretty scary because you know your window, but they're not that scary.
Yeah, if you angle properly, you can withstand an autocannon.
I say it's the top of D tier. Anyway, let's move
Agreed.
on. The KV-7, the weird triple cannon Kilomet Vorshnilov concept thing that was surprisingly built at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, the Soviets said, how much gun can we fit in a tank before it became too much gun?
Yeah, three freaking cannons. I say it's on the same level as the cottage. It follows the same theory as it's really good in tier 5, but in
Oh
tier
my gosh,
6
if
it's
you
just
down tier this thing, it is another KV
you put this
uh
in
225.
if you put this thing in tier 4, bro, oh my
Nobody can
god.
pen your upper front plate or
No.
any plates in the front.
And you
They
have
have to work you
three
around
cannons
you.
to harass them with. And of course, at tier 4, those cannons will actually be really threatening to most people, which
Yeah.
is really mean. It also means you could put like a really big gun on it because then you have the cannons to deal with the lighter
Yeah,
threats.
no, I've put like the Finster on this or some other large ones, and let's just say I've had some quite embarrassing kills on some of the more lightly armored ones. Is where I take out a bigger target, and then with the two smaller secondaries, I take out another lighter target, thinking I just fired. Oh, it should be safe to cross. Nope.
Its ammo weak spot is also really prevalent. It's just you hit
Oh.
either side and then that thing just goes boom, 100 millimeter armor. It's
It's a
not
it's a
bad.
good it's a good low tier menace.
I'm gonna put it in a B tier just because of how oppressive it is in the lower tiers, but it's not gonna go into A because it can't deal with tier 6 all that well.
Fair enough.
Anyway, let's move on to oh god the French.
The
Lorraine
Lorraine
40T. Ugh. This thing is its armor might as
mixed
well
feelings.
its armor is literally just Uh,
It's paper thin for larger compared to larger,
in my opinion,
more
the best thing this thing has going for it is that it is a stealthy, mobile, medium-sized hull, so you could carry a good turret on it.
medium. What do you mean medium? This thing has a massive dump truck.
This thing
Bro,
isn't
you
that
can.
fat, but it is fat.
It's as big as a peon.
Yeah, fair enough. This is like a low C, high D build.
Though, I do have to admit, I tried
Actually,
a backward strategy and it can take rounds from there.
yeah,
So
because
I'd say higher D.
it has a huge firewall.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna say like
And also,
put it
it has
between
the
those.
funny computer fans
Oh
for
yeah,
the
it has
back.
freaking gamer fans. It is good. It can well it is good at some things. It's just
And LARPing with the Lorraine turret as well.
it's not really
It's a
LARPing
pretty
because
good
that's the
setup.
actual turret the Lorraine used is the that Lorraine turret, the fat one.
Yeah,
Oh god, the Dragoon free Wi-Fi. You go slightly above the other Dragoon because you're just
because
one
it
with.
looks cooler.
It's a Dragoon with slightly better armor, bro. That's all it got. Anyway, time to move on to an actually good arty chassis. The Panzer, the Panzer Howitzer 2000.
Yep, I've been using this in my main lineup for like tier 7.
It is
It's a decent
surprisingly
chassis.
good.
It'll get you around mobility wise. It is really well, but it does have the turret in the back of it, which can be confusing for some first time users, just based on camera angle. But other than
Plus,
that,
it's also got a
it
really fat turret ring.
yeah. So I mean, but an arty. It's an arty chassis, so you're not going to be seeing much frontline action unless you're a masochist.
It's basically like there's only two setups that I know are good with this. One of them is the M109 turret, because then you can get a really good gun on a really good arty chassis and you can run around and be a
Oh
menace.
yeah.
The other one is the
I've
Lorraine
been
turret.
I've been mainly using just the original one, and yes, it is up tiered, but since the lower tier hull, you can get like an upper tier gun on that thing, and it's
Eh,
pretty satisfying.
I either find it useful to use M109 for actual arty or just the Lorraine turret if I want to actually run around with this thing and abuse its really big fat front because it has a huge engine there and
Yeah,
everything. You can take quite a bit of hits from the front without taking much damage.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the engine takes up the majority of the front, so you just basically got a free, like, basically unpennable front from a certain angle.
I'm gonna say it's in between the Centurion Mark V and the FV4 202. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
it's like
it's
there.
definitely a trolley vehicle, but
It can't
autocannons, you gotta look out for them.
it can't go any higher for me because yeah, obviously armor, the fat turret ring, and the fact that it's really noisy. It has like a specific engine noise too that's pretty unique to it, and you will know when one's nearby.
Imagine having a good set of headphones.
Yeah, I'm listening to music half the time, so that's not me. Its transmission is also really good. Anyway, moving on. Oh, frick,
The
that
Jeep.
Jeep. I've never played the Jeep. The Jeep looks
I have
terrible on paper. Get hot
people.
garbage. We need to use this hot garbage tier. You're going in there.
Yeah,
Frick you, Jeep.
I'd have to say hot garbage because the angle in which you got to fire is maybe 20 degrees, maybe 40
I
degrees of
bought the
angle
Jeep and I've
in
never
order to
used it.
fire.
You can only shoot forwards. You have literally, like when we say the Dragoon has no armor, the Dragoon looks like it's really well armored compared to this poor Jeep, and it's
One
absolutely
burst of
nothing.
MGs and it's all over for these like 5 guys just hanging on. I think some of them are actually hanging on to the back of the Jeep.
I remember when I was playing a Novator and I ran into an E100 and it completely disabled me, and then a Jeep came to harass me, but I had a secondary MG because I had the LAV turret, so I just
Yeah.
mauled the Jeep. Like if that Jeep was anybody else, it could have been a Dragoon, it could have been a motorcycle even. It would have had a way better shot at destroying me. But it's just
Hey,
no. Its
the
only
only thing
thing,
that it has going for it is that it can hold
speed,
some larger like cannons on it. That's pretty much it versus like the
speed.
trolley or whatnot. So, but I'd still consider it hot garbage.
The trolley at least gets to go to D tier because for some godforsaken reason it's APDS radar, but this doesn't.
Yeah.
So you get hot. I'm sorry, Jeep. You get hot garbage. I don't like you. I don't think anybody likes you. I need to. The two Jeep mains that are watching this video are probably screaming right now, but I don't care. Anyway, let's move on to the BMP, which is not very good. The BMP is not very
These
good.
are the BMP people are LARPers, and I also have a little scrap with um Chris Tank Simulator. Why have the BMP-1 turret not be able to fit the BMP-1 hull?
I don't
What's with that?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say the B&B hull is not very good at all. It is
No,
not that fast. It is noisy as hell.
it's susceptible to autocannons. It doesn't even do what it was originally designed for, which is protect infantry.
Like you think
I'd
at
say
least
this is
this
a
plate.
okay, if you so happen to be unlucky to hit the upper front plate, but no, the freaking lower front plate takes up like more than 50% of the front profile
I remember
of this
pen
thing.
testing this thing with the upper front plate. Like you can see it's ribbed and everything. It's designed to be shot at and take it, but like I know I tested it with the Iconish after it was nerfed, and it just goes straight through it, even though it's like
Yeah,
well past
put
its ricochet.
put this thing in high E maybe. It cannot be graced with D tier.
All right, fine. You get to beat the Dragoons because I would rather be a BMP than be a Dragoon because at least that thing can take a
That
machine
and it
gun bullet.
doesn't allow like even normal turrets to have any much of depression because of the long like hull in front of you.
I'm gonna say I can't say it's hot garbage because it's amphibious, which is funny. And its engine takes up a good portion of the front, so there is that chance that somebody hits your engine and you survive. Either way, it's
Mhm.
just yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the M26 Pershing hull, which got buffed. It got buffed
Ooh.
recently. Its hull armor went
It
from
did?
100. It went. It used to be just barely 100 millimeters thick on the front to 134, 140. It actually got
Yeah.
buffed, which
Oh my
is
gosh.
pretty good
I'd
actually.
have I'd have to put this. I have really good memories when this thing was first added. It had like 150 millimeters armor
So it
front
was
plate.
nerfed, buffed, and nerfed.
Yes, but also you could slap a KV-1E turret and then have like a tier 1, tier 2 gun and stick this in tier 4 or even tier 3. I saw so many people started picking up the meta of just having that set up and just nobody could pen you unless like maybe from the rear of the KV-1E turret. It was crazy. Those were the days back when this thing wasn't nerfed.
Oh boy. This, in my opinion, is another one of those hulls like the KV-7 that is really good at tier 5, amazing in tier 4 because of its armor, but it's not good in tier 6.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really slow. It is stealthy, its engine is pretty quiet, but
I'm
it's
really mad that the Freedom 2 isn't like it isn't a tier 5 so that you can just LARP an M26. Like why?
uh,
Devs please fix.
oh whatever. That's the 76 millimeter Freedom's for. Um I'm gonna say it goes above the KV-7 because it has the advantage of not being a casemate, so you have more versatility. And it has more armor than the KV-7, which is also nice. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh, here's a crazy option. The Swedish
Oof.
Typhon 2, the really fast boy that has like okay armor.
It's like 70 to 80 mils, so maybe you
It
can
has better armor than I
withstand.
thought. I thought it was just the manlet that was wrong, but the actual like sides are really sloped, so you can actually
Yeah, the
ricochet
mantlet
over.
is maybe like 100 plus sloped versus yeah, the upper front plates and lower front plates I
This
think are
has a
80
couple
and
things that
90.
it has a couple really good things going for it though that make me want to put it higher. One, it has the same engine and transmission as the Leopard 2, the freaking this guy, the stupid casemate. And as we know,
Damn.
that Leopard 2 is insanely fast and has great
Oh,
burst speed and traverse. This has the same kind of
yeah.
traverse. It's slightly faster even because it's lighter. And
Damn, that
also,
makes me want to buy it almost. Like
and
I haven't purchased this yet, but maybe I'll give it a go.
I barely play the Typhon if I'm honest. But and also the Typhon has a stabilizer.
Really?
Yes, the gun is free moving, it's not hull aim, and it has a stabilizer. So you can dash at people going 70 miles per hour, shoot them, and then just dash away. And you can do that with accuracy.
Well, that's just convinced me even more to get this thing.
Also,
How many
this
stars is
giant
it?
Q-pill on the top is
Hmm.
there's no hitbox. It just goes straight through it if you try and shoot that.
Oh shoot.
So you can troll people as well, just showing that over the top of a pipe, and they shoot it and don't hit anything, and then you come around and wham them in the face.
How many stars is that in the shop? I forgot.
5,
It's a daily vehicle,
4 to 5.
right?
I think it's 5.
Damn.
So I like the Typhon. I think I'm gonna put it at like the top of B tier. It can't go into
You've
A tier
convinced
because it's
me.
just too goddamn weak armor wise, but it is the
Yeah.
top of B tier for me. It's a great tier 7 hull in my opinion.
Again, justice for casemates.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh god, the freaking S tier F90 hull. You go with your friends. You go in between the bagel pans and the Dardude. I don't know if
Honestly,
you'd
I'd
split there.
argue I barely use that because of the wide turret ring. I'd say it's above Dardoot,
Okay.
personally, because Dardoot can fit more things on it without exposing the already weak
All right.
crew.
All right. So Dart. Okay. So the S tier F is the weakest of the three Caballeros over here.
I definitely argue that.
All right.
I will die on this hill.
I mean, they're all about. Yeah. I'll say that the Berge Panzer gets to be the strongest of the three. Oh God. We went from armored Humvee to Humvee, the normal one.
Downgrade.
This is
Well,
it technically is it's more balanced. It can take 7mm machine gun rounds. It can't take 12mm. It's in tier
mm,
5 though, and it has a free turret slot. It doesn't just take up a 50 cal turret. So
yeah.
there is more versatility. I never see anybody use this thing.
I've only ever seen this maybe once or twice on the battlefield, and I'm
It's
like, wait,
extremely
where
rare.
did they get that from? How did they change the turret?
The main thing I've seen it used for is putting the elk turret on it and then down tiering it into tier like 4 or with a 50
Why not
cal
just
and
use
harassing
the
people.
elk hull then? Like, what's the point?
I don't know. It's something. It's something. It I think it can go in like D. It can go next to the Pion. I'll put it there because
Yeah,
it has the same mobility and everything, and its armor is still able to take machine gun bullets. So you could put a small turret on and get some work done, but it's not great.
yeah.
Oh, frick me. This might be another hot garbage one. The T-29 hull.
Ooh. No, I've had some fond memories of that when it was
It's
first added. They've nerfed the hell out of it.
it's
Devs, please fix.
decent. Its sides are okay. Its front plate is obviously amazing, but it has a massive machine gun port that can be exploited, and its lower front plate isn't doing
Well,
it injustice.
if you hide that properly with the right decorations and you angle properly, no one's penning that unless they have heat.
Yeah, and remember this is tier 6, tier 7, so heat is not rare. Heat is definitely fallen from grace though. So I will give it some justice
Yeah.
for that. I will say this is a top of C tier, bottom of B tier build.
I do like LARPing as a T29 or T34 build. Like I do
Is
like that
this
LARPing build, but
do you think this is C tier or B tier? Because it's also
I
noisy,
would
it's not
say
very
it's a
fast,
I
and
would
it's fat.
I would say it's a low B tier. Like very low B tier, yeah.
Because it's slow, it's fat, and it's really noisy.
Yeah. I've fumbled a few times when facing that hole though, like accidentally shooting the track is absolutely torturous when you're facing that thing.
Alright. Moving on to a
Maybe I'm just a bad player though.
moving on to a casemate. We have the Yeg Tiger, which is
Ooh.
I'm gonna say it's either A tier or top of B
S
tier.
tier.
Uh,
S tier. S
no,
tier.
I
And
cannot.
here's the argument.
I
Here's the
can't put
argument.
it in S tier. No, we're not doing
This
that.
thing can punch into tier 7 and tier 8,
Tier 8,
ignoring
no.
ATGM users.
No, not tier 8. Yes, tier 7. No, not tier 8. We're not. No. No. No.
But for the very fact that it is one of the only few tier 6 hulls that can punch, like, that can withstand shells in tier 7, I would argue it's S. I totally don't main this thing.
I don't know. I've played Yeg Tiger quite a bit in tier 7 with its Pack 44 gun. It is great in that tier, but it's still slower than hell. It's slightly slower than the Tiger 2. It can barely freaking turn, and it's a casemate and it can barely turn. That is not a good combo. It still has the
Hey,
same
you
machine gun
just
weak
gotta
spot, and its
face the right
lower front
way.
plate is ugh.
You just gotta face the right way.
If you can get into a hull down position, you are invulnerable. Nothing will stop you. But that is hard to do. And you cannot get flanked at all. If you get flanked at all, you are screwed. So
Okay, yeah, I've had quite a few rage quits over somebody freaking
like you were
torturing me.
sniping and then all of a sudden you hear somebody next to you. 90% of the time, you can't react fast enough to actually deal with that guy next to you.
Yeah, the turn radius is not generous on this thing.
It has a neutral turning, it's just not very good at all.
Maybe I have been glazing the Yag Tiger a little
It's
bit
A.
too much.
It'll be bottom of A just because it's so good in tier 7 for what it is, but that's about it for me. It's not gonna go much higher than that. I say
Alright.
its Tiger 2 chassis is better because it's more generalized, but mm. Actually no, it has a 250 millimeter thick manlet. No, it gets to be higher than the Tiger 2.
Yeah, because the Tiger 2 has a freaking big ass weak point in the turret. It's just.
Yeah. Moving on to a funnier build, the R3.
Oh no.
The
I've
build
had only pain on both ends of this.
R3 R3 mains are something. You mostly exist as a guy to help capture points. Your mobility, zooming around the map is hilarious. But you have no armor,
Like,
obviously. You're not stealthy, and your gun reload
mid,
is terrible.
yeah, mid C for a good capture. Other than that, you're maybe a distraction at
Oh
best.
no, it gets to go above the. I say the Patton's and XM800 outrank. Actually, yeah, Palmaria outranks it too. It gets to go above the L. You go above the LAV though. You get to go above the LAV
Based on the smallness.
because it's just smaller. Yeah, the R3 used to be a lot better in my opinion, but since heat was nerfed and the grenade launcher that it used, relied on heat, uh, it's not very good
Yeah.
anymore. You can use the Bushmaster and get some work done, but yeah. Anyway, time for another really early MBT, the RU251.
Oh yeah.
This
I believe
thing's
that was a cousin to the Proto Abrams. I'm pretty sure
it's
it was in the same program.
it was a cousin to the KVZ-70, which itself was a cousin to the Abrams.
Yeah.
This is basically KVZ-70 before it was actually built. This is what it was in the drawing
Yeah,
board.
this
Was an
was
RU.
this was its second cousin removed once kind of cousin.
It's an interesting guy. Does it have hull aim? I swear it had hull aim, but
No, it
uh,
does not.
it has a actually decent back end. But its armor obviously is 30 mils at best. Because the philosophy around this thing was if guns can just penetrate everything, then why carry the armor? So
Yeah, it's a
it
mobility build.
it's not the fastest. It'll go behind Palmaria. It'll go above R3 in my opinion because it is stable. It can carry a pretty good turret and like an FL10 or something and cause hell. But
Yeah,
eh, that's
yeah,
about
I'd agree with that.
that's about it for me with R2 RU. It's all right. There's use cases, but they're not.
hmm
Oh
How
frick
much
me.
we got left here? Or are
Uh,
we just? Oh, we're just starting it.
we're about to
Hey,
just break into turrets here in a little bit.
why is that Panther hull in the turret section?
Oh,
Now that
the
I'm
Panther
definitely
ran down there
curious.
for some. We'll get to him. We'll get to that. Ugh, I'm gonna have to make a part two out of this crap.
Oh no,
Anyway, FCM F1. Oh frick. I have love-hate relationship with FCM F1.
it is slow.
It is not that low. It'll be D tier in my opinion. It'll be below the Pion, above the Humvee.
It's
I'll
a
say
good
it.
No. I'd say high D tier based on its ability to distract and the amount of guns that it has to bear on any one person can easily hold down. I've seen this thing take a lot of heat before going down.
In my opinion, this is another one of those like pieces that's great in tier 5, but tier 6 it's not gonna live at all.
Yeah.
It has use cases. It's a good area denial tool, especially if you get a good turret going for it, but it's only good for
Oh my
objective
gosh.
defense. If you do
I
deathmatch or something,
remember
you're gonna
when
get picked off.
yeah, I remember when people just mained the Calliope, the M4 Calliope turret on that thing.
Yeah. Oh frick me. BMP variant. The fake M1 Abrams.
I've had some funny kills with that, if you could call them funny.
It's
The
it's
sights are not.
its optics are
No.
horrible. Its ammo is
It's
just
basically just looking through a glass pane.
yeah, you're just looking into the open there. It's like E tier. It'll probably go below the BMP because at least the BMP you can change the turret out.
The only good thing is the mobility. That's it. Turret traverse is
It's literally just a
awful.
BMP chassis. That's all it is.
Hey, no, it's an Abrams. It's an Abrams tank,
Yeah, when your name
obviously.
is well, yeah, when you have fake in your name, you tell me you're real. All right, moving on to an actually really good hull, the HM41, a
Oof.
extremely well armored hull. Like it is incredible how much armor this thing has, especially for a tier 5 build. I would say this is A.
I would definitely A tier based on
I,
how
I'm
reliably,
gonna say
like
this is
all
top of A
around.
because there is
Yeah,
so much going for it. Its armor is amazing. It has panels on the sides for heat rounds, which is really funny. It has weights so it can balance heavier turrets and guns, and its
and it's a
transmission is
good
really good.
rear. It's a good rear vehicle. Well, it's a good all around vehicle, but you can face this front and you can face this back and suffer little to no like damage at all.
And its transmission is really good. It has a good reverse speed. Like, why?
Surprisingly,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy how good the thing is.
We don't talk about the turret that goes with this
The
though.
turret that goes
That's
with it is hot garbage. That's why I can't put it in S, is because the turret that has the
yeah.
same level of armor as this thing is we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh frick me. Tog 2. Oh. This is like an E tier build.
S tier for the funnies.
S tier for the backup crap, bro. This is like the bottom. This no, you get to go above the Dragoons, but you're still E tier. The backup strat
Yeah.
is funny, but that literally only works on production line, and that's if you can get a good turret.
Yeah.
You otherwise,
Not to mention, if you get outflanked, you're screwed.
yeah, you're no. And of course, it's slow as balls.
I think it's one of the slowest vehicles in the game.
I think it is the slowest vehicle in the game, dude. Unless something travels in the single digits of kilometers an hour, this is the slowest vehicle in the game.
Yeah, if you turn, that takes 1 to 2 business days.
There was like a genuine argument at the Bovington Tank Museum about how this thing could actually not turn because of how long it was. That was a legitimate debate at one point.
Valid debate.
Anyway, E tier. The AMX 10RC. This is the exact opposite on the spectrum. It is a very
Mm.
fast boy. It has a very good transmission.
Oh my gosh, I've had some. Okay, I've had one encounter with this. Actually, no, quite a few encounters
This
with
thing is
these.
common. People love using it.
The glass. No, I hate the glass,
Same
specifically the
with
glass
us.
panels. I have bounced regular cannon shells. Like we're talking 100 millimeter plus shells off of the glass.
This is like bias or something, bro. I don't know why it does this,
It
but it does
has to
this.
be. Well, it can't even be biased because most of the developers are British and this is a French tank.
Hmm.
They're unique to clown on French tanks.
I don't know. I'm gonna say this is bottom of A tier. It is incredibly fast, has an amazing transmission, has hull aim, has wheels that are stuck on there so they don't turn, so you get neutral steering. And
Yeah, it's a good
it's not that
chassis.
loud. I like it.
It's a good chassis overall, and you can stick quite a few good turrets on this for an
If you get a
arty or
turret,
like a quick pop up and shoot them
yeah, if
kind
you
of
get a turret
thing.
with like a stabilizer, like the Sheridan turret or something like that, then you can really cause hell.
Yeah,
Oh God, moving on to a more interesting one, the Sturm Tiger. Ugh.
I'd say definitely solid B tier.
This is another one of those builds that is interesting. It
B tier for
has
boom.
B for Big Boom. You get to go below the Panzer but above the FP4.
Yeah, purely based. The cannon is the big reason
I
why it's
remember I
up
said
here.
this. I remember I literally said this once when I reviewed this thing. That bullet doesn't drop; it plunges.
Well, no, that's the thing. You don't even have to hit around. I just recently watched like a War Thunder video
Mm.
about the Sturm Tiger.
At least they have
Oh
rockets.
my gosh.
At
Yeah,
least
it's
theirs is actually rocket propelled. Ours is just like ours is literally just the gunner taking the shell and just shoving it out of the barrel. That's how fast it goes. I would be I would not be surprised if it's literally just the loaders just shoving it out of the barrel, and that's how it
yeah,
goes.
freaking Hans and Fritz just I'm
Push!
zwei, drei.
And that's why it goes so goddamn slow. It has it is interesting. Its front is questionable in durability. It's
Hey,
obviously very good, but
you have to give it credit. The shell does go faster than the demolitioner.
it's barely. But when the freaking AMX 10RC can outrun your shell, you might need to start questioning what niche you're in.
Hey, you just need to aim properly with this thing.
Yeah. The 1 minute reload sucks. Its transmission is pretty good. It has quite a few front weak points, like the massive barrel, but it is not
The
bad.
gunner's viewport,
Yeah,
the gunner's
yeah,
viewport as
you can
well.
see that window is annoying. Because at least with the barrel you can move it out of the way. With that, you can't move it.
Yeah, very susceptible to autocannon, I might add.
Or actually, I think we're about halfway through the list. Are you happy? I think.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say that's a. Well, I mean, we can at least get through the halls.
All right. Yeah, we have a couple holes left, a couple niche ones. The KV-220, the tier 5 hull that has 100 millimeters everywhere.
It's a good tier 4 haul. I know
It's
it's tier 5,
yeah,
but
that's the this is like a this is below the cottage, but this is above Lorraine.
it's a good it's decent at like a reverse build, but any frontal assault with this, like surprisingly easy to pen the upper front plate.
Well, yeah, because you can see there's literally a driver's port there, which is not the 100 millimeters
Well,
thick.
you don't even need to aim for the driver's port. You could just aim center mass.
Yeah, it's not the best.
You
And it's
have to angle
also
it in order for it to
outclassed
be
because
useful.
it's also outclassed by the KV-1, but
Surprisingly, yeah. I
we'll
would pick the KV1 haul over the KV220.
we'll get to that. All right, the O1 or OL,
Oh my
whatever
gosh.
people say it.
I've had some fun with this one.
The Japanese super heavy concept, the thing that is disrespectfully durable, and it's basically the ultimate area denial tool. Like, and its armor actually
Yeah,
works in tier 6. Like, it is really threatening for tier 6.
the thing is also larger than most modern MBTs. It's actually larger than the mouse, which is
This thing
crazy.
is fat. Um, it is,
It's not fat, it's Lord he coming.
yeah, it is. I can't put it in A tier for me though. Realistically, well, can I? I think I could.
Yeah, low A, definitely.
I think low A is a good point for it. It
Mixed
is.
with the right turret and weapon, you'd definitely be a big distraction.
Yeah, it is annoying for. I literally remember that video. You saw that video of me using only HE. There was literally a guy with an O1 hull at the end, and I shot him how many freaking times, and it didn't
Oh
do
my gosh.
anything. It did nothing. It was so
Yeah,
goddamn annoying.
autocannons and HE users tremble at the sight of that man.
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. The Tiger 1 hull.
I'm so glad that they put it down to the proper tier.
It used
It
to be in tier
started in tier
4.
4,
It was moved to tier
and
5, and then it was moved back to tier 4.
the biggest mistake was to ever move that up.
I don't know why it was in tier 5 for how long, as long as it was, but
It got murdered there. Rest in peace, all my Tiger mains in tier
this
5
poor
back when it
guy.
was there.
This guy gets to go up a bit higher. He gets to be at like high B tier because he has similar durability to other people in this list, but he's in tier 4.
Yeah,
So that's a pretty good
although
thing to say.
it's a 50-50 shot of if you encounter a Tiger player, they're either garbage or one of the best players on your team.
If you encounter a Tiger player and they learn to turn slightly to the left or right when they see a player, then you know you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah,
When you know what
yeah. I
angling is,
mean,
this thing gets really annoying.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say
Alright, now to the M10 hull.
the freaking M10 Fox, the stupid Panther trying to be an M10 tank destroyer.
Hey, hey,
This
if
is
I tell
like
you
an
what you're
A
talking
tier.
about,
This
if
is
I
like
tell you what you're talking about,
this is like an A
this
tier
is,
hull.
we are obviously American, and this is obviously an
Look, there's a
American
star right there.
anti-tank.
Bottom A, top B, in my opinion. Being able to eat heat rounds and being able to eat rigatoni missiles is really funny. You can just watch kids cry as they try to shoot
It is
rigatoni
very
missiles, thinking they'll destroy
satisfying.
it. They think they can destroy everything, and then you go in front of them and just eat the missile, and they just start crying. They're thinking their whole day is
Yeah,
ruined. It's really funny. It's one
It's
of the
like the
only things of spaced armor.
anti-heat
It's
tank
just
is that, and it's decent speed forward. The We don't talk about the reverse though.
Panther reverse speed. This thing used to be really dumb. It used to be in tier 6 and used to have 12-kilometer-an-hour reverse speed, which was really
Oof.
funny. But now it got nerfed in one way with its reverse speed being garbage. But hey, it's in tier 4 now of all freaking places, so
Yeah, so you can just genuinely pull up with, let's see, what's also in tier 4? Yeah, you can face T-34s against this thing.
speaking of tier 4, the Cannonade Jagdpanzer, I got it right, is another build that was in tier 5 at one point, but got moved down. This thing is interesting. It's basically the ultimate stealth sniper build.
Yeah, I've had some decent kill streaks with this thing, but it's basically you have to be in the right place at the right time, facing the right way.
It
The
gets to
mobility is really good though.
It gets to go up. It gets to go up a bit because it is tier 4, so it does get to go up quite a bit for being actually contended with the others on this list, even though it's lower. Because it is quite fast. Its real multiplayer is not
Yeah.
bad. You can actually use the BK90. The gun it was built for in tier 6,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, I
cool.
can.
And
Although I do have to say that the BK90, did that receive like a nerf or something?
oh,
Or
Heat just received
because
a nerf.
the Heat and Hesh
Hesh just was never
both
good to begin
getting
with.
nerfed?
Hesh is just Hesh.
Hey, yeah, it's basically high
Boo!
explosive that you have to
Boo!
aim.
Boo!
Nah, nah.
Anyway.
I'm here as a ambassador for all the Hesh users.
You get to go right below the RU-251. Well, get ahead of that. It gets to
No.
go ahead of that R3 in my opinion. I think that's a good enough spot for it. It's stealthy. It is
Um,
ridiculously stealthy for what it is,
it
but
is the same chassis as the the
it
RU-251.
it basically is. Yeah, it has a really good engine. All right, we got a couple of holes left. The KV-1.
Based, based.
The
I'd
KV-1 is
I'd argue, I would argue the reverse alone, the reverse setup alone can be an S tier.
it's yeah, because it has such a good reverse speed for some reason. I don't know why it does. It gets to go
Back
with
when
the
the
Starfire.
back when the KV-1E turret was added, this thing was nigh invincible. You would almost always have to be on the side to get side shots on this thing.
And it has 75 millimeter sides. So you can angle it, and even in tier 5, sometimes even in tier 6, that's a good strat to angle it, especially when you go backwards. That's dumb
Not to
as
mention,
hell.
in tier 4, if you angle this properly, you can at least get 100 millimeters of effective armor.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know. This thing is top of B, bottom of A to me.
Yeah, bottom A,
I
at
think bottom A is
least.
pretty good. I say the Fox is better because being able to resist heat like that from the front is just
Yeah,
that dumb. But
that is one of the downfalls of the KV hull, definitely.
all right. Oh God, the BT7BM, a BT7 with ERA all over it.
I believe you've had the most experience with this hull.
It is an absolute troll to snipers, but that's about it. You make snipers cry when they hit you and they just see the denied thing as ERA just takes the shot. But at any kind of closer range or against an autocannon user, you're dead. You're just dead. Its mobility is still the
Yeah.
BT7, so it's still quite fast, but it's probably like bottom of C tier for me because I would still the LAV at least has everything else going for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it gets to go there. Which concludes our tier list for now. We'll get back to
Don't
part 2
forget the
later.
Panther. The Panther.
Oh frick off. Hi Panther. You're like
The
B.
discount fox.
You're like
The
B.
discount fox.
Being able to resist heat is huge. You're like B, bro.
Yeah.
You're above the T29 though. I think Panther's better than T29, but still, it's like B. It's a
Yeah,
great
don't worry, German mains, I got you.
freaking yeah. There you go. You gets to go to B. The M10 is just that much better. When we get to the turrets though, the M10 turret's gonna get in hot garbage probably, but we'll get there when we get there.
Oh no.
For now, that concludes our tier list. We will come back later. Oh, to do all the
Alright.
turrets and guns, which is gonna suck. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
How are we gonna
The end
compare?
is in sight.
How are we going to compare a TOG 2 hull to a 105mm heat launcher gun?
Oh no.
Oh, alright. Here goes nothing.
Bye bye.
Freaking thing.